songs today. But, first of all, I have a complaint to Disney. You gotta eat this, it's melting. They gave me a bigger size than I asked for. I asked for the baby size. Anyway, listening to Aladdin. Well, no. I was listening to a playlist that I have that's songs from musicals. And Aladdin is the second musical on said list because they're not by the order. So, I don't really like Aladdin. Like, I've seen it maybe once in its entirety, and I was probably 12. 14. I don't even know, honestly. I like Prince Ali because it sounds fun. And A Whole New World. But then, sometimes I listen to A Whole New World and I'm like, I don't like this song because I don't like the message. It sounds pretty. And then I realize there are several Disney movies that I don't agree with this message, the overall message. And people think I overanalyze it. I might overanalyze it, but see if you agree with me. Okay. Alright, well I just got ice cream on me. I'm still in my swimsuit. Because why am I going to change? Because there's no point. So, A Whole New World. The words bother me. She is a teenager. As is he. I'm assuming. She's like, they're escaping to a whole new world. No one to tell us no or where to go. She's basically a rebellious teenager. She just doesn't want authority. And that's not a good message for girls. Or any child. This is basically telling kids, oh yeah, just go and escape. If you don't want any rules, don't listen to your parents. Same thing with Ariel and Little Mermaid. I wasn't allowed to watch Little Mermaid when I was little. First of all, she was a mythological creature. I vividly remember that being a thing. But also, part of your world. That, it sounds pretty. And like, I like the way she sings. It's a very nice song. But I don't like the words. Like, I listen to it and I'm like, this child needs to be slapped. She's, from a witness standpoint, it's basically a girl raised with a good Christian, on Jehovah's Witnesses. Her parents are trying to keep her on the right track. You know, she gets distracted by boys, and she's like, I want to be part of the world. And she's just like, I don't care what my dad says. And she's, what is it? In a part of your world, she says something about the people on land don't reprimand their daughters. First and foremost, you don't know that. Because I'm pretty sure anywhere where their daughter is acting up, their dad is going to reprimand her. Okay? Unless you're a bad parent. And also, she wants to go someplace where they don't reprimand their daughters because she's a spoiled brat and just wants whatever she wants. Doesn't realize that rules are for her benefit. So basically, it's teaching girls that they can, want to leave the, safety of parents who are trying to do what's right by them because they fall in love with a boy at 15. And the worst part of it is, at the end, after she sells her soul to the devil to be with a boy, her dad's like, oh, but you love him, it's okay, go. So, no. Inappropriate. That's why I like Fiddler on the Roof. Because when the Hebrew girl, the Jewish girl, marries a Gentile, which is against the Mosaic law, and basically Christians shouldn't, marry within the Lord. We all know this. Her dad was like, nope, negative. This is too far. I let your other daughters, my other daughters, choose their husbands as opposed to using a matchmaker, but they were good guys. You went against God's law, so no. I draw the line there. That's why I like that movie. And then, my cousin Marinelle doesn't like Winnie the Pooh, because basically he's a drug addict. Honey is his drug. And he's always looking for his next fix. Which, I get that. And also, what is Piglet? Is he a boy or is he a girl? I don't understand. I've never understood. I need to stop eating this ice cream. Anyway. People say he's a boy, but his voice is awfully girly. So my whole life I always wondered. And did you know that Snuffy is an imaginary friend of Big Bird? I had no idea. Like, all my life I thought, Mr. Snuffleupagus was real. And then, I don't know, I read somewhere on the internet, and it was like, Mr. Snuffleupagus, Big Bird's imaginary friend. I was like, I'm sorry, what? He's imaginary? Shattered my world. Like when I found out that Scotty on Star Trek fakes the accent. I was like, excuse me? You just shattered my dreams. This is the reason I fell in love with Scottish things. But I think he's of Scottish descent. He's Canadian. A lot of Canadians of Scottish descent. So it's like, I'm okay with it. Kind of like, what's his face from Stargate? Oh gosh. I do not remember his characters. I don't remember the actor's name. He plays Dr. Beckett. His parents are Scottish. He grew up in Canada, so he fakes the accent. But, again, Scottish descent, so I'm okay with it. Wow, this totally changed subject. I was all about hating Disney movies. Another reason I hate Disney movies. Not hate them, because I love them. But there's a lot of them that are like, there's a lot of, like, the kids are right and the parents aren't. Maybe it's not Disney. My sister said the Croods is like that, but that's not Disney, I don't think. I've never seen it. It looked ridiculous. And what's the deal with all these Disney movies that have, like, only one parent? Like, not saying that's bad, but it's like, all of them die. Like, they're not just single parents, like, they got divorced. Like, all these parents died. Like, Cinderella's mom, dead, and then her dad dies. Poor child. Snow White's mother, dead. Nemo's mom, you see her die. Like, that's awful. Bambi's mom, dead. Like, what in the world? I don't even know. Like, what is Walt Disney's problem? Toy Story. Never see the dad. I don't know if he's dead or not, though. Snow, no. The other one, starts with an S. Sleeping Beauty has 2 parents living. As does Mulan. Jasmine, where's her mother? Nobody knows. Belle, no one knows where her mother is. Probably dead. I don't have a problem with that movie. Until she starts to fall in love with a beast. And then my cousin's like, that's super bestiality. But I was like, but he's not really an animal. Like, he's a person. But she doesn't know that he's going to become a person when she loves him. So she's, like, okay with, like, wanting to marry an animal. That is kind of bestiality. It's questionable. I don't know about that. And also, why'd she put that spell on him? The flower is supposed to die on his 21st birthday. Okay? He's been under the spell 10 years. He was 11. Home alone. And a stranger comes to the house and he's like, stranger danger, you can't stay here. And she punishes him for it. That's not okay. Yeah, I need to put this ice cream away. I need to stop. I started eating it because it was melting. But, so yeah, I actually go swimming. I just laid out and I'm just in my swimsuit and my cover up. Because I can. Anyway, I was going to make scones. I've never made scones. I've never made scones before. But I went to the Celtic Festival in Dayton. And I got butter scone mix. And so they give you what looks like flour and sugar and, I don't know, maybe something special. And then ingredients. What to do. I don't know if this is going to show up backwards on the video. I don't know. But these people came all the way from Missouri. So then I asked them if they're going to be at the Scottish Games in St. Louis. And they were like, no. They told us that they don't need us. We already have enough, cookie vendors. And they're like, you don't have shortbread. And I was like, that's a travesty. Like, there's not going to be any shortbread. Anyway, the only reason I asked was because I'm going to the Scottish Games in St. Louis because why not? It's for fun. I wonder if I should document my first attempts at making scones. I should probably clean this up first because I spilled ice cream. I don't know what that is. Oh! Nicole brought home dessert. What? There's cake. What is this? Pie. There's a pretzel on chocolate. And a walnut? I don't know. I'll probably eat it. Cookies. And I wanted some of that lemon cake today, but oh well. C'est la vie. Too busy helping. So next video, documenting the scone making. We'll see what happens.